Oh, strong oil smell.
Really?
Sniff it, snip it, snip it right there. Welcome to Finding Flint, the full movie. This is an entire long movie of the past adventure I went on, as well as multiple lithics that I found, stuff that I've napped, stuff that I've flint napped, arrowheads I've made, knife blades I've made, and the whole process of me making them. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you all have a good new year. Enjoy! More little flakes. It's a big chunk right here. This does not look too good. Might be able to get a point out of that, but it's damaged.
Yeah.
It's kind of just scattered in here. So, it's in this creek. Alright guys, I had this piece of flint rage crystal that's been staring at me. So I made a little thing out of it. Didn't thin it all the way yet, just a little biface. Not sure what I'm gonna do yet. Alright, so using indirect and direct percussion, that's what I came up with. Kinda messed up in there a little bit, but still a good point. Cool stuff. Really just picked up this piece because of the crystals. But this flint was looking at me funny here. Small pieces, it looks like. And a lot of limestone. Limestone.
Yeah, I see some of that. Look, here's something.
It's kind of just scattered.
It's like a mixed limestone and chert. Limestone. Cherty. So it's around here somewhere.
That's a nice cobble. Look at that. It's all flint. Here's more. So if you see something that you think is a flint, but you're not sure, like this, like I am not sure that that is flint, you find a little hammer stone, just any stone. You hit on an edge. I don't know what this is, so I'm just gonna...
That's weird.
I still don't know what that is. Alright, hold on. Try right here. Nope. Try right here then. Limestone. So it's very, very grainy and kind of blue. So this one you could see there's dark blue in there. It's very smooth. But there still might be some limestone in here. See the difference there? Oh, strong oil smell.
Really?
Sniff it, snip it, snip it right there.
Oh God, that is strong.
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta snip it.
like that. Wow. I really wasn't expecting it to be that strong of scent. And I read somewhere that that's because it's literally from the same kind of decaying matter.
Yep.
Wow. Smelly stuff.
So that's the Onondaga. This is like really dark Onondaga. I don't know, like I've not seen it that dark. Cool. All right then. This is all good flint.
That is a darker color. That's more of a very dark gray or black compared to the lighter gray.
Sometimes you could find these little pieces of flint along rivers. And if you find a piece that has enough flint in it, get your striker and you could start a fire with your flint and steel.
Seeing or the mottled light gray.
Yep.
Man.
All right. I'll look around a little more. So I've been looking for this stuff for a long time. And I'm happy to see it just in creek cobbles like this. I'm super happy to find this stuff. Good rock! Okay, I'll shut up now. Let's go. Yes! Now I have energy to do things.
Now you can do it.
Now I could walk. Okay, going. And it looks like there's trout in the water, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that. Probably a quartzite or something. It's a high quality quartzite. You see the flake? Incredibly pure stuff. It's kind of black gray. It comes in big boulders like this, big cobbles. Little tiny piece of Onondaga chert. Alright. Driving to a different campsite. I got a whole bag full of flint from those creeks. So, it's not the best. They're kind of small cobbles. But I am happy to have found something. So, sun's going down. Okay. See you guys soon. Red jacket. Born near this spot. Died at Buffalo, New York. Crazy. Keep seeing stuff like this. This is right at the start of a cemetery back there. Is he buried here? This is a heck of a grave, so crazy. Says that's George Washington, meeting with him, I guess. In 1792. I'm gonna have to look up this history. I don't really know anything about this. The Wolf Clan of the Senecas. Chief. Orator of the Six Nations of Iroquois. Look at that, man. Wow. Alright. This is just on the side of the road. I figured I'd run up and look and see what it is. Alright guys, be back in a bit. Hey guys, I am on the road. I've been recording for almost 2 weeks now. Been out. Things are pretty good. I did find chert. Anything else I wanted to say? No. Okay, bye. Crazy. Onondaga. I got this crazy piece of gravel here. Let's see what we could do with it. I will do a full napping session later, but for now, I'm just going to see if I can make anything from this. I was working on this, doing some across flaking, and there's some damage in it. I should be able to fix it, but I just wanted to see how this stuff napped. It's pretty damn good. It's got some flaws and cracks in it and stuff. And this is from gravel. So cool. Smells nice. Like trash oil. Smells like trash oil. Smell it. You smell that? It's oil. Petroleum. Oh shit, I'm dizzy now. Well, that worked. Look at that. Wouldn't exactly flute, but it worked. Kind of stalled out a little bit right here, but I did get it to go a little bit. If I worked on that more, a nice point out of this stuff, just out of gravel. Keep this in mind, guys. Kind of a rainy day and everything's getting flooded. So I figured I would take a look at some wildlife refuges or wildlife refuge? No, wildlife refuge? Wildlife refuge. And this is the Iroquois National Wildlife Refuge, and there's some really cool purple birds that I just saw. They are purple. Purple birds. Okay, I'm gonna drive around and look. There's a lot of animals, so I'm gonna record them and forcefully show them to you. Okay, I am feeling a little bit annoyed, and I am annoyed at the fact that I keep seeing ancient sites being built on top of. And to me, that would be like equivalent to, okay, let's tear down the Great Pyramids of Egypt and build a Walmart on top of it. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks like that, but like, it's really irking me because I'm seeing a lot of ancient sites that I'm passing, you know, documented ancient sites. And it's like, oh, new hotel on top of it. Oh, new Walmart on top of it. What the heck, man? What are you doing? Who does that? Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. That sucks. Right behind where I'm staying here, and there's flint right at the tree. Crazy. Damaged.
Let's see it. Hold it up higher. That is not what I wanted to do.
There was a bunch of birds. There's Leah on the cliff edge, being a lunatic. Crazy girl, crazy girl. What the heck, man? She's not scared of nothing. Oh man, me on the other hand, I have a terrible height phobia. But not today, apparently. It's not too bad. I don't want to go right to the edge. Holy shit. I'm afraid to get close to this edge. Wow. Wow. Jesus. That's hot. Seriously, I'm all of it. Oh my god. But I got a decent night's sleep and woke up, still hurt pretty bad, but I feel a lot better. So, okay, I'll get back to you. So one of the things I'm doing during all this is so I somehow got a shoulder and back and neck injury. It's all really tight. So I've been in physical therapy 2 times a week, and trying to fix it. I think it has something to do with my thyroid stuff, but I don't know. So I'm trying to sit up straight and do that a lot. But one of the things they told me to do was make sure I move, make sure I hike every day as much as I can. And I think that's, I got a bug in my eye. So I think that's really important to anything survival, or even anything primitive. Ancient people moved around a lot, they lifted a lot of heavy things, they walked a lot, they exercised a lot. So if you're doing anything primitive, you should do that as well.
It's just plain human health. Like, we're built to move.
If you're in any kind of rough way, like I have been, don't overly push yourself. Just do as much as you can. Don't hurt yourself. Take a break. I'm sitting on a log. Take a break. But keep
Bring
going.
water.
Keep going. Bring water. Hydrate. And have fun. Enjoy the outdoors. Part of survival. Exercise. Let's go. I got this spall of green Norman scale chert. All kinds of cracks and lines in it. But it's such a pretty color. It down with percussion and keeping these flakes. Alright, so it kind of snapped in half while I was smacking it there. I did get some good flakes off of it, but I'm going to see what I could do with this final piece here. So if you ask any northeast snapper about Norman scale, they'll tell you it's all full of damage like this. It's very tough to work. But I'll get something out of this. Smaller and smaller. I am determined that we'll get a point out of this. So this is really bashing up my fingers here. But I'm getting it thinner, getting rid of the damage. See that crud in there? Using indirect, and it's working pretty well. And here's the cracks I was talking about. See that brown stuff in there? A lot of fluted points made of this stuff were small like this for this exact reason, I think. A lot of people say they were resharpened down, but I think it's just the material, man. It's not top quality. I think I'm either gonna make a small bifurcated point or a stemmed point. I'm not sure yet. Getting down there, really busting up my fingers though. Determined here. Fingers are turning red, smacking this thing. I gotta thin it more. Alright. Hit the rest with regular pressure flaking. Be a little bit more indirect. Alright guys, I really struggled with this one. I'm gonna hit right here and I'm gonna hit right here. But this stuff is incredibly tough. I didn't expect it to be this hard. That's Norman scale chert. Alright, let's finish it up. Alright. So this kind of kicked my butt, but I managed to get a point out of it. Call it a Lavana or a Dalton. I ground the edges and the base. I should probably flake that a bit more. But wow, man. That's the toughest bit of Norman scale I've worked. I'm keeping that point. That's probably going on a necklace for me. That was a challenge and a half. Alright. It's just about midnight. Finish up. Enjoy, guys. Look at that. Let's see if we could get the flaking good. You can't really see that at all, can you? Alright guys, that's it for me. I could probably thin it a bit more right there, but I'm not gonna waste any more time on this piece. Oh, wow. Tough to thin. Tough to shape. Proud of this outcome though. Alright, you guys all have a good one. That's it for me. Have a good night. Let's get one more look at it inside here. Let's wet it for a minute. Just see what it looks like. Yeah, that's a pretty nice point. Sweet. A lot of damaged material, but you could make some pretty stuff out of it. Deadly. Deadly point, like a sharp tooth. Alright, I'm good. I'm gonna refine it a little bit more. You can see that line going right through the center there. And on this side, you can see all the crystals in there. The base is very ashy, and so is the tip. But the midsection of this blade is super high quality stuff. And flakes. Stuff flakes kind of like limestone, but it's way sharper than limestone. And yeah, I'm liking this stuff. This stuff is sturdy as heck. It might look like obsidian, but that is some tough chert. It is extremely hard to flake. I'm gonna thin that a little bit. I might leave it. I'm not sure. The notches were really hard to do. I gotta fix that up. Yeah, I'll just bring this notch in a little bit and even it out with the other one. But I wanted to show it in case I ruined it. I don't think I'm gonna ruin it though. It's just that line, man, is sketch. But artifacts from this stuff had those lines in it. I've shown that in my other videos. It's just the material they had available. Took a big flake here, but it hinged out. I tried to come in here to clean this off, but it just wouldn't go. But I think that's still a pretty good looking blade. Sharp as heck. Glimmers, look at that. Okay guys, that's it. Just wanted to share. Have a good night. Have a good one. Hope everybody in Florida with that hurricane is safe. Hope you guys are all okay. And I will be back soon. See you guys. Have a good one. Man, big fish jump. Big fish, big. Sun's coming back here for sure. Maybe go to the top of that. Wonder if you can get up there. There's got to be hiking trails up there.
Oh, there is. Definitely. Nice.
It's definitely flint. Let's see. I'll take this little corner off. Yeah. That is definitely flint.
There's a mosquito on you.
That is Onondaga.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Onondaga. Kind of chunky, but I would be able to get stuff out of this.
See the mosquito?
Hey guys, in this video I'm going to knap a piece of New York limestone. It does seem to have some chert in it, so it's like a cherty limestone, but this is very similar to the pure limestone that I've seen that I've napped before. This just works a little bit easier, but it's still limestone. It also seems to have some shale deposits in it,
as well as it's
and
just
we're going to see what I could come up with. First thing I'm going to do is spall this down and biface it using a copper billet from my flint napping kit. I am grinding the edges to strengthen the stone so that when I strike it with the billet, the flakes peel off really nicely, rather than crushing and crumbling when you're hitting it and just turning into dust. The next step is I'm going to use my Ishi stick made from Delron and a copper nail to drive smaller flakes off the biface. And I'm going to use this by placing the copper nail on platforms and striking with either the moose antler or the billet, which drives the flakes further than just my plain hand can do. Each time you strike the point, you're removing material and making the biface smaller and smaller. So this takes some careful planning to what kind of spear point, arrowhead, or knife that you want. In this case, I'm going for a long dart point. Start shaping the point, you're going to want to flip the point back and forth, zigzagging, to make the edge able to be even. If you need to take a lot of mass off one side, the best bet is to zigzag it, grind it, and then thin the thicker side. And the way you thin it is you rest the copper flaker on the platform, you press in hard on the flaker into the point, and then when you hit down, it takes a long flake off. And it will follow your fingers if you hold the point with your fingers. It'll follow the shape of your fingers for the flake to travel a little bit further. Point, I am going to switch to pressure flaking with a caribou antler flaker and a copper flaker. I'm using goat hide leather to protect my hand while I'm doing this. Pressure flaking is the same as indirect flaking, except you're pushing the pressure in and down with your wrists, shoulder, and legs. In this demonstration, I'm holding it up high so you could see what I am doing. Here I will use a smaller copper billet to drive off smaller flakes. As the point gets thinner, you're not going to want to use a heavy billet. It has a high chance of snapping it in half. And now we're at the tricky part. This is where I attempt to put in some pretty good notches. The notches, when you're hafting this tool to wood, you're going to want the notches to line up evenly so that when you slide it into the wooden shaft, you can tie with sinew through these notches. And then when it dries, it grabs and pulls it all together, and then you have a usable spear point. But this part is the most tricky. I use indirect to start my notches, and then I use the copper pressure flaker to finish the notches. Now, because this is limestone, when pressure flaking, it is likely to crush and crumble when you're flaking. It's going to be very hard to get long flakes when pressure flaking. You're better off using indirect. But when you're pressure flaking it, you'll notice that it almost kind of bevels the edge a little bit. And you'll see what I mean towards the end. I do wind up grinding the edge and pressure flaking it, ishy stick indirect flaking it in order to make it thinner. But you'll see what's going on here in a minute, and you'll see that this is getting sharper and sharper and thinner and thinner. doing some final sharpening on this and just finishing the shape. And as you can see, this is a really difficult material. But if you need local stone, limestone is a good choice for making spear points, arrowheads, and knives. It's just as sharp, it's just a little more brittle. But as you can see here, this is a beautiful, wicked, deadly point. I hope you guys like this. Have a good one. See you soon. All dried up. Sinews dry. It always amazes me that this kind of stone is just laying around in creeks. So this trip, not so much looking for rocks. I am, but not really. I am more looking for adventure. Okay, let's go. Mountain food fuel. So the big river is right behind us. But this just looked really pretty to me, so I figured I would show you guys just looking out my car window here. Look at that. Look at the clouds. I don't know, there's like a light mist, like a hazy mist over that hill. And then right here, gotta go potties. Gotta go potties. Not yet, I don't gotta go potties yet. So the stuff that I'm stopping at all appears to be permanently closed. Probably because of recent events. That sucks. Looking up the rock collection laws, and it seems like I can kind of collect out of streams and washes here. As well as quarries. Because I keep looking back. Let's come back. Pretty fish.
I wonder if that's a dryad saddle. It's a little paler than I'm used to seeing it. It might be what it is though. See any cool rocks? Tiny, tiny. I don't think I can get it. There he is. Is it coal?
It's coal.
It's coal. That's a piece of coal.
Yep. Right now I'm just looking for good river access and other creek access. I just got my fishing license. I caught a bunch of red breast sunfish. They got bigger mouths than bluegill, and they're really cool, and I like them a lot, and I want one as a pet. Maybe in my pond. I don't know. You could order them online, apparently. Okay, on to the next spot. Tom's Creek. Let's see what this is. I'll pull over here. It's been, let's see.
Sorry. Sorry.
She has a hairball. It's been, I don't know, many years since I've been here last, and I didn't really explore this area. This was pre YouTube. I was here exploring a little bit, and I remember some of the places, but this is really quite magical here. Here's one of those signs. This is not the one I was talking about. But this one says no license required, opens March 19th. Help wanted. There you go. That might be a cool job. Okay, heading out. Heading out. Let's go. I'm somewhere in Pennsylvania.
1,000 feet, slight left at the
Live fish for stocking. So this is what it looks like.
Okay. There might be some at the campsite. Maybe.
This is dolphin. Over here. All dried up, sinews dry. I like the ash in there. He's supposed to chert. Cool stuff. Mountain food fuel. For me personally, I just can't get rid of that thing. For me personally, they work a lot better at this size. It's one of my smaller knives. Work really well. Especially out of this material, because it's kind of hard to thin. I don't want to lose too much width on it. Problem-solving rock. So, like I said, the the artifacts here are made from this stuff. You generally don't see big pieces made from it because of exactly that reason. There's just so many flaws in it, and it's hard to come across good rock in the Northeast, as you Northeast nappers know. There we go. Got rid of that from the tip. Like, this stuff is just causing so many problems. But I always try to really do my best with it. Alright, I'm going to do indirect. I would really not recommend this stuff if you're used to high quality flints, because it is a nightmare. Nightmare stone. To show some of my smaller blades and how they look on a handle. They work really well. This one is not pretty, dude. Doing my best with it. Time. There we go. Thin the base. All right. If you go look at Northeastern artifact groups on Facebook, you'll see what this stuff looks like as artifacts. When they made them, they weren't much bigger than that. Even the knife blades were kind of small. And I never really understood why until I started messing with this stuff. I mean, it's pretty. If you could get rid of all that hinges and all, but it's really hard to do so. Usually with this stuff, I don't really have a plan of what I'm going to make, because I never know where the hidden flaws are that are gonna change my plan entirely. So I just have a basic plan in mind for what I'm gonna be napping. And then as I go along, plans change. I gotta find my moose antler. I'm so used to the power on that thing. zigzag it. Get rid of some of this. Going to wind up being a really small knife blade. That is okay though, it will still work. It will still cut wonderfully. Going to try to clean up these areas that are a little too thick. This edge I'm having a real problem with here. I've done knife demos before, so if you want to see knife demos, they're all over my channel. Problem spot there. Yeah, that got rid of it. All right. Alright. I'm not gonna mess with this too much more with indirect. See what I can do about pressure flaking. Try some caribou antler. When I was looking at the artifacts around here of about that size, I thought they were spear points, but if you look carefully at them, you could see one side only has been resharpened on these artifacts. Sharpened down, sharpened down, sharpened down, which leads me to believe that that was a knife. This is still a little too thick in spots. I'm gonna try one more round of indirect here before I start pressure flaking. There we go. That's better. Any of you guys who work this stuff, Creek cobble and New York flints, New England flints, you know exactly what I'm talking about. With the problems in the material. some people actually have way more experience than me working this stuff. They know a lot of secrets and workarounds with these problems that I have not learned yet. Alright, that is thin enough for me. One more spot. It's cutting me. Alright. There's some hinges and stuff, but for the most part, that's pretty smooth. Alright, so I'm going to flake this up. With caribou, it works really well, but this stuff it eats it up really fast, I've noticed. Get annoyed when that happens. Just gotta do your best with this stuff. I have a spot there that I might be able to indirect. Gently and carefully. Got it. Alright. Finish this up now. It always amazes me that this kind of stone is just laying around in creeks. Especially in the Northeast here. Often you don't imagine this kind of stuff laying around in creeks. At least I didn't. I don't know, maybe there are some people that are like, oh, I know there's rock in creeks. But I just kind of stumbled across it while fishing and hunting. There's one spot on the base bothering me. There's always that, for me, there's always that, oh, there's one spot that's bothering me. Let's try to thin it a little bit. Worked. Being very gentle. Just trying to thin it a tiny bit. Then if you want, you could put notches in this to haft it. You don't necessarily need to. Alright, want to make sure it's sharp. As long as it's sharp, you're good to go. Get that a little bit thinner. I'm afraid to mess with it too much. Try one more thing, then sharpen it up and call it done. If we don't break it. All right. Spot just does not want to flake, does not want to fly. All right, before I make this even smaller, there is some crud in there. That's why it's not going. So I would use this side as the cutting edge. This side is more of it's just not good. I'm very unhappy with that. I don't like how it looks. And I can't really afford much more width loss. I'll try one more. I'm really pushing it here. Just getting smaller and smaller. Alright. It's right in the middle of the blade too. That's the... Got it. So I hit there, and it removes that crud. All right. And there's my final flake here. Do two there. All right, that's better. Wait, there's one more. Okay. Better. Happier. All right. I am gonna put little tiny spots for the sinew to go in when I half this, but I'm not gonna notch it too deep. Sometimes indirect is just easier for cleaning up and get things the way you want them. Alright, looking pretty good. Both of these edges could cut now. followed the creek quite a ways, so I might be past the actual flint source. Some of this stuff looks promising. Let's see, I'll test it. Alright. That is some different kind of flint, high quality. Very shiny. Totally different kind of flint here. Crazy. Okay. What's up, guys? We got quite a bit of wind. I don't know if this is going to be doable. We will see. Let's test some of these various cherts that I've picked up in my previous videos. It's flinty. Let me try this thing. Yeah, that's fine. Flint! Good job, girly.
There's a little piece.
Jeez. I might just have to put music over this or something. But I'm gonna test each of the cherts and then put the clip in the video of where I found it. Alright. Alright. This stuff looks sweet. Let's see. Look at that. That is very, very glimmery. I don't know, can you see that? There. Save that piece. Alright, we got this stuff. Looks like crap. We'll see though. It's the green stuff. It's Norman scale. Some variation of it. Look at that flake that just came off. Extremely green. It's got some flaws. It'll make some nice little points. Alright. This stuff. The creek stuff. I did not even tap this to see what it looked like. Let's see. This flake is not so great, but the inside looks good. Once I get past this dusty stuff, let's see if I could get a good flake. I don't know if you can see, you see all that gritty stuff? Not so good. But underneath that is black chert. So just got to get rid of that gritty stuff. Better. Better. I might nap this piece down, see if there's anything worthwhile in there. A lot of it is gritty. I see the good stuff in there. It's right there. And like, the flakes are flying, man. It's decent. Nice big flakes. This is good flint now, you can see that. Alright. This is the piece I found at the river when I was eating clam chowder. Super glimmery stuff. Alright, I'm gonna try to run a flake along that ridge. Maybe. Come on. Overshot. So, very big overshot. Alright, that is some good looking stuff. See those shines? Crazy, man. Crazy looking glimmery stuff. Look at it. Alright, so there is a lot of damage on this half. See what I could do about getting rid of it. Got rid of it. This stuff is really nice. Like really nice. Just knock it down real fast. Alright. Sound quality might be terrible. We shall see. Alright. Hit that base here, get rid of some of that crud. Nice big flake. Call this stuff clam chowder chert. Clam chowder flint. I don't know what to call it, because it's not documented anywhere that I could find, at least. So I'm gonna hit in there. Alright, straight off the tip. Freaking nice, man. Alright. Getting there. Just thin it down. like a northeastern fluted point looking thing. Crazy wind, man. Okay. It's definitely a limestone based flint chert, because I could see the limestone in there, right there. Going to need to do some heavy editing on this video for the wind, but I did want to get a video out to you guys today. Alright. There's some spots that have a lot of limestone in them. I try to get rid of it, but it doesn't look too good. Try to flute this side because there is damage. Just cleaned up a little bit with indirect, then sharpen it up with pressure. Be a lot of editing. Try to clean up that damage right in there. Got it. So the tip is lower quality than the rest of the point. I should try to thin this area a little bit. Let me do that. Where did my, there it is. It's gonna be really hard to thin right there. I'll try fluting it again. Difficult rock, man. Definitely pretty rock. Very uncontrolled. Very chunky too. It's mostly this limestone messing things up. Hard to get rid of. Point kind of looks funky now. Try to flute it again. Probably gonna break it. Very screwy point here. It's pretty, just messed up. Got some of it. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is make this a little smaller. Notch it. See how fast I can just make a little usable point, really. Limestone messed me up, man. I like doing these little rock tests. Like, can I make anything from this? Maybe. If any of you guys have napped limestone, you'll know. You'll know how crazy this stuff is. It's sharp as heck, though. Look at that. Alright, I'll finish this up. Move on to the next piece. Just curious if I could have gotten a point out of it, which I could. It worked. So good. Through this as quick as I can. Pressure flaking through the limestone. Which I definitely should not be doing. Alright. It's not even, man. It's not even. Alright. That's a little better. wondering how I find flint and chert, usually what I do is I look at like Google Earth or Google Maps, and I look for areas with like a big rocky shore along the waterways, and I just walk down and explore. So this has all been super eroded here. We lost about 3 feet, 2 feet out into the river. You can see it cut all the way up to here. And in that original video of this location, you could see that this was fairly flat to walk on here. So a lot of erosion here.
Look at the far shore over there.
Yeah, you can see it out over there too. So that needs testing. See that? That's flint. That's flint. Last time I had my mini sledge. So there's just little bits of chert in a huge block of limestone. You can see it's limestone here. So there's little bits. So that is not good for flintnapping.
Good for flint and steel, maybe?
If you could get to it, good for flint and steel. You'd need a hammer or a better hammer stone. This looks like maybe a little tiny bit surrounded by limestone. Test it. Smells like gunpowder.
Like flint?
Yeah. It's very low quality flint. It's not Onondaga. So, for everyone who found that first How to Find Flint video, this is where I found the Onondaga. Onondaga, that's how I used to say it. Onondaga. So I really want to find a source of that stuff, the smelly stuff. So I'm going to look around here a little bit more and then follow the creeks and rivers around this whole area. So come and take a look with me. Watch out, it's slippery. Sledge. Slip that. Alright, I'm gonna sink. Okay. There's little Toys R Us teddy bear paws. No, it's like little monkey. I don't know what that is. Squirrel? It looks like little hands. Flint right here running through the limestone and the back. So I'm going to take this piece off. Not Onondaga. Good for flint and steel, not much else. And this big block is more of the freeze damaged chert. I could see a line here. See how damaged that is? You cannot use something like this for flint napping, but you can use it for flint and steel fire starting. Let's see how it looks anyway. You smell it. It's not Onondaga. See how it just chunks and crumbles like that? But for flint napping, you want it to run in a smooth flake. It can't crack and crumble like this.
Looks like it's in limestone too.
This is a lighter gray color. Shock absorber. No. See this? Hit here.
Oh, yeah.
Little bit in there.
Chunks off in blocks.
Mm-hmm. It's more of that crumbly chert. Ooh.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So that looks like a mix?
It's a mix. Let's see. Limestone chert mix.
Limestone and chert?
Yep. Yep. Limestone.
Oh.
It's mostly limestone. But it's cherty limestone, so you can nap that.
Sploosh.
So to explain what happened with that big rock, I saw a seam going through the rock, a line of different material, very thin, and if you hit along those lines, it'll split the whole rock. If you find where the line goes through in the rock and you hit it at the right location, it will split the rock like what you just saw happen. Look at that.
Oh wow.
That's Onondaga.
Really?
Yeah. See the white speckles in the black? Yep.
Can I smell it?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Alright, what do we got?
So we hit here. Extremely high quality flint.
Ooh.
And this is Onondaga chert.
Yeah, can they see that shine? Open it up again?
Yep.
Let's see if I can get that, like, can you like tilt it? It's like a little bit of a shimmer. Ooh, there we go.
But the oil smell wears off real quick. That's disappointing. I really like the oil smell.
Weird.
So I'll take this, make a little tiny arrowhead out of it again. This is almost the same stuff as this material.
It does look similar.
We'll head up this way. If this is where the Onondaga is, it's not washing in from down there. So it's not coming in from down there and then washing up here if there's a water source flowing out this way. It's coming from up there. 100% coming from up there, the smelly stuff. Alright, so I found, again, at this spot, tiny things. Things that you can't really use for flint napping, things you can use for flint and steel. But I'm more interested in the flint napping at the moment. And I'm not really seeing too much big that I could use here. It's all tiny stuff. But it is coming from that way. So I'm going to head up that way, follow that river, and see if there's anything washing out along the way. But as for here, not too much to be found. So, Let's go. But again, I found another tiniest piece of Onondaga ever. It is what I'm looking for, but it's so small, man. Come on. Give me more than that. Come on, I've been trying for so long. All right, let's go. I am hopeful. Maybe we'll find it this time. Always finding more underwears than chert. Why is there so much underwears? What the heck? All right, so I just always assume this is a pure chunk of limestone from that color. You can see it's a different color when it's wet. But I always see this and I never test it. So I'm gonna test it because I don't know. Oh, that is flint. What the heck?
Are you serious?
That is flint.
So we need to reevaluate this entire.
What the heck?
Are you serious?
That's flint.
Did you just have a feeling
I
about
just
that?
had a feeling. Yep. Just because I saw that color change.
That's funny.
That is flint.
That's usually what the
What is
straight
this?
limestone looks like. Is that the
Here's more. This is weird looking. All right. That's amazing. What the heck? Yeah. Look at that.
What?
That's chert.
Are you kidding me?
Look at that. What the heck?
Oh my gosh.
It's not pure. This piece is not pure.
So, look at this. Oh my gosh, this might be chert. Christ, dude.
What the heck, man?
Either that or it's what? It's just super, super high quality limestone?
I don't know. Don't know. Oh, that's chert.
What the?
That's chert.
Are you, dude?
Okay, so what the heck is this?
Okay, so we need to completely reevaluate. Look, there's that. There's that. Dude, I thought it was just limestone.
There is some impurities in it. But that's pretty freaking high quality. What the?
What?
So, not the smelly stuff, but high quality stuff.
Yeah, what do you call this?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a gray-white chert. Don't know. What the heck?
I know, oh my god.
That
Oh
is,
my gosh.
this is the highest quality chert I've found. So I'm looking for the blue and black stuff. I'm just completely rock blind to the fact that there's huge blocks of chert freaking everywhere here. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Well, I was not expecting that. I was on my way out. And I was like, let me test one more. What the heck? Okay, so I gotta make some notes. do that. So you want to find areas that have public access and that you are allowed to collect from. You got to make sure. You got to double check. And always be careful of that. You get in deep trouble if you trespass. Be careful. So there are posted signs all up and down this creek. And I found one spot that looked like a public fishing spot. And there's just not a lot of access. I know there's flint in this creek, but if I contact the owners on the posted signs, if I contact them, I might be able to get permission to go and look, but that isn't going to happen this trip. So I'll head over to the public area and see what's around there, I guess. So this white chert that I found, as compared to the black chert, the white chert needs good platforms to flake. If you just hit it like how I usually do, blowing through the piece, it's gonna crumble and you're not gonna have a good finished product. If you take the time to make good platforms and all, then you should be able to come up with a good point or a good knife or a good arrowhead. So each type of stone, in my experience, requires different techniques, especially if you're trying to really thin it. But I'll get more into that in future videos, future lithic demonstrations. I'm just glancing over this area here, and I'm not really seeing anything that looks like chert or limestone. So I'm not going to waste my time at this spot, but it's really beautiful. I followed a creek to a barbecue. I'm going to have some lunch. She's got the food and the drink. BBQ. So I got one of these little fire starter things. I don't know what they're called, but you rip it up into a pile. Then I'm going to use my wazoo necklace, ferro rod, piece of ceramic. Pull this back. You scrape that along there to make a spark. I've not tried this specific stuff yet, so we'll see. I followed the creek quite a ways, so I might be past the actual flint source. But some of this stuff looks promising. Let's see, I'll test it. Alright. That is some different kind of flint, high quality. Very shiny. Totally different kind of flint here. Crazy. Okay. another flint line right there. And you can see it right there. It's not the best stuff. Interesting rock though. Right here is a line of flint. More of that. This actually looks like... Yeah, I will take that piece. That's a good piece. That's probably a good piece right next to it. Take those. These are perfect for spear points and small knives. These will work great. Yeah, that's nice. It seems brittle. We'll see. Has a crack in it right here, so get rid of that. Like that. That's good material. I don't quite know what to call it. Somebody said blue chalcedony. I don't know if that's what it is or not. Flakes don't want to run as well as I thought they would. Don't want to lose too much width here. Chopped out. So it's got an issue in there. All right. So coming from the other side. Yeah, it's not so pure on the other side. All right. Try to get rid of it. From this side, right here, looks like it worked. All right. The stuff, once you get past the crystally stuff, it's super pure. Look at that. Keep those flakes for arrowheads. There we go. Getting there. Look at that. Alright, it does have a crack going through the center. I don't think it's too much. It's not too deep. Just trying to be careful. Got a decent looking knife blade here. Now I'm being super careful because I don't know this material. Don't know if anybody does. And have no experience in this whatsoever. As a lot of you know, the rocks work very differently. So, just doing what I can here. It's given me some really good flakes, really nice flakes too. Alright, tip. Crack did not run deep. Not at all. Base. crazy, man. It's crows, man. Alright, I gotta switch to smaller bopper. Just being careful. I don't know what this stuff is, man. I looked as much as I could in a given day. Still haven't found anything on it. It's still really, really cold. Damn, man. So I'm being extra careful because it's cold. And when you're napping when it's cold, more likely to break. Just gotta be careful. Okay. So this side has a ton of crystal-y stuff in it, which is not napping as good as the other side. So, let me try to get rid of some of that. Man, it's like really cooperating. I'm trying to thin right here just a tiny bit. I don't want to push my luck too far because, like I said, I don't know this material. And this is all I have of something this big. Okay. Thin that. This side doesn't want to go. So this side is not flaking, which is what I was afraid of. And that is common with creek rock. Let's see what I could do right at the base here. Be careful not to break it. I gotta try to thin this little piece. Got it. Another one. Got it. I'm not gonna mess with that last one. Well, got it. Okay. Tip looks screwy. Tip looks screwy, so I'm just gonna indirect that right there. I'm not gonna do too much indirect on this. All right. Loose antler. Let's see what I could do. See how this works. Not so great. That's a little better. Yeah, that's working better. Okay. See the flakes? This is taken off. It shot all the way across. I lost half the flake there. But look at that. So it's working pretty good. It's just sketchy. This tip is not good. It's all crystally at the tip. All right. I'll just try to fix up this few little spots here. I do not know what to even begin to call this stuff. Chalcedony might be right. Try to take off this little thing here. Don't want to mess with it too much because don't want to snap it in half. Alright. Got rid of it from that angle. Alright. So I'm going to take off probably about that much, because that's all not cooperative material there. So I don't know, man. Maybe I could keep it on. I don't think I should, because it's not going to be sharp like the rest of it. I kind of want the tip of your knife to be sharp. There we go. Got rid of it. Okay. Okay. This is shaping up really nice. Keep hitting my freaking fingernail. Okay. Enough of indirect. Nice blade, man. Very nice. Alright. Straighten it up a little bit. Straighten up the edges. Yeah, I like this stuff. I'm gonna have to get more of this. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Found it myself, and I don't have too much of it. And I don't really want to risk breaking something like this. All right. This crystal stuff is a lot of limestone in here too. Don't want to fuss with it too much. Does not need to be super thin to cut, and evidence of that on certain channels that use this stuff, survival bushcraft channels. All right. So this is going to be the cutting edge. There. Let's make the tip a little thinner. Tiny bit. Boop. All right. This is somebody sent me this as a gift. There is one more spot up here I have to probably hit with indirect. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. See if I can get this one spot. Right at the tip, it's that crystal stuff again. Alright. Got it there. Continue sharpening it up, sharpening it up. Now this thing can be thinned more, and will be thinned as I use it throughout the years. Because these things generally do last years. I still use the very first knife that I ever made. Just some gentle resharpening every now and then. All right. There is limestone in there where I was going to put the notches in. So, just about finished here, really. Not going to go too far with these notches because, like I said, do not really know how this material will react to things. Yeah, that is a nice knife, man. Pretty happy with that. There's some spots that I'm not too happy with. Like this whole edge right here is that crystally stuff that doesn't want to flake. But it's sharp as heck. So I'm gonna leave that. Shot a nice flake right up the middle. Easier to haft. I'm gonna try to shoot one more flake right here. I probably shouldn't do that, but I kinda have to haft it. Right there. There we go. All right. It's a little thick right here. I'll fix that though. Nice, man. I don't know what this stuff rock from New York. Blue-gray, crystally. Some of it is good, some of it is not. Shimmery too. I don't know if you guys can see that. You ready? You ready for this? Look at that. This stuff. It looks like it has some damage. Nice. Wow. Jeez. Look at that. Alright, there's damage right here. There's still damage right there. Looks like it doesn't run very deep though. I'm not gonna make a knife out of this. I'm just curious what it looks like inside. Okay, yeah, that's pretty high quality stuff. It's a problem here. And it's a little bit of problem in here. Trout season just opened, and I need a new knife. Snapped. That's it. So this part was damaged. So when you're doing this, you're going to want to decide what's going to be your main cutting edge. It's going to be this side. Maybe. We'll see. Don't like that spot. Indirect again. I'm just going to put the stick right on that lump. Just tap. Fixed a lot of it. Okay. Finish sharpening this up and shaping it. So I don't necessarily need a new knife, but I want a new knife. I'm going to be cutting through bone with this. So the trick with that is keep it kind of thick so you could resharpen it. I wanted it wider so that I could resharpen a lot. This is looking pretty good though. Very, very sharp. Super, super sharp. I'm gonna even both sides. Just make it look nice. I just cleaned up the hinge up the tip. It's cutting through my leather. Okay. So I only have like 10% battery left. I'm gonna half this, use it when I'm trout fishing. There you go, guys. I'm gonna call it Isopus. It's got ash in it. This is a nice little blade, man. There you go, guys. Some junk in the middle. I'm just using my bopper to hit the issue stick. It's cold. This is some of the New York stuff. Norman skill chert. Just trying to get used to napping like this. It's kind of difficult. All right. Should dig out my moose antler. Works a little better than this. This river stuff likes to hinge a lot. So you just do what you can with it. It's below freezing, so the rock is more likely to break. So I'm being kind of gentle with it. Damn. So whenever I try to do that, all right. All right. Basic shape here. It's thin enough. How am I gonna pressure flake at this angle? Some of it's just cracking. It's okay, because I wanted it a little bit smaller. Yep. This creek material loves to hinge. I need new antler. This works much better with antler tools, honestly. Anyway, as I was saying, I made another arrowhead out of this material. I put it on my arrow and I uploaded it as a YouTube short. If you want to see what these actually look like on an arrow, I'm kind of just gouging this. It's okay though. slightly curved on this side. That's annoying me. Yes. This is what it came from. It's very, very smooth before you start whacking on it. The outside is also smooth, but it looks like that. Trying to straighten it a little bit. Base is curved. Every hunting season I make a whole bunch of these little points with all new arrows. Okay, just gonna put little tiny notches in here, I think. Yeah. Okay. Not too bad. Super thin for Norman skill. My other arrowhead was a little bit thinner, but I'm running out of strength to do this. Should try to get rid of a little bit of that. Oops. Yeah, I'm running out of strength to pressure flake here. All right. Let's see, what did that last comment say? Yep. Yeah, rough flints are way harder to work. All right. If I had smaller flaker, I could do finer work, but I think that's pretty good. Nice and thin. Yep. All right, that'll be going on another arrow. Keep it for now. Okay. Have a good one, guys.